Jesus, everyone's here already, chatting away. The 1st of March, Freitag, the Festa of Marche. I'm sure that's how you say it in some fucking languages, but like, I am exhausted and I am cold, but I'm in a fairly good mood. Form of a defender bear, isn't it? A wild defender bear has approaches. What will you do now? Oh, I never actually played the original Pokemon games, and everybody was fucking fascinated by them. Oh God, fucking just random madness the last like 12 hours. Just out of nowhere, and fucking it's starting to snow, and it's fucking cold again. Like it's really fucking cold again. Indeed, we're marching in gay in the marching. And fucking so, like, there's no point in me putting the heating on, because I'm only here for fucking the stream and shit, like, and it's a waste of electricity and stuff. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just wrap up and do the stream. Well, I'm fucking knackered and I'm freezing cold, so I'm gonna play a lot of heavy metal so that I keep doing this, so that keeps the blood flowing to the rest of my extremities. But first, I will regale you on the last 12 hours, which is just hilarious and random. Um, so last night after dinner, I just got like a fucking, a whim. I thought like I turned around to the female. I was like, "Fuck it, come on, we go for a walk." And it was around like 9 in the evening. Um, so it was a night evening, walk or whatever, like and went to the garage, got skins, came back, and all like fucking. But it's like we don't do that often. Like we go for walks, but we don't usually go for like walks that late, and especially when we have a late dinner. I was like, fuck it, we'll go for a walk. The female was saying she was feeling a bit bloated as well. So I was like, fuck it, we'll go for a stroll, fucking get the engine running and all, like, and be good for us to get a bit of fresh air. And like, it's a nice night out and so on and so forth, right? And we get back and she was showing me that there was something wrong with her car. Her car has some form of leak in it. And a lot of rainwater's after like building up in the passenger seat and all this stuff. Like, and we get out of the car and we're still like first we were in the car seeing like checking the seals, like if there's any kind of like sign of like damp coming in at a certain point of the door or the bonnet, like front of the dash or anything, like and then we got out, we popped the bonnet and we were looking at the stuff on the inside, like, and I started hearing this noise. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And at first I thought it was like a group of young fellas, like just like making noise and like whatever behind us, but it was raining and shit. So there was a lot of stuff going on, cars going past because we live in a main road and shit. Like, and the female's like looking over, and she's like, "What the hell?" Like, so like at that point, I was like, "All right, what's all this about?" And I turned around, and at first I thought it was a fox because it was like ginger and like muddled and blurry because it was like about 50 feet away from us, and it's dark and it's raining. And then I was like, "Oh no, it's a cat." Right, and this thing's making like not it's not like it's making noises that I've never heard a cat make, you know, but it was like it sounded distressed, It didn't sound like a happy cat. It sounded like it sounded like a pouting pussy. This is what it sounded like. And so like, but like I didn't really pay it any heed. I was just like, I wonder why it's making noise or whatever. And we finished with the car and we began to walk over towards the house. And when we get back onto the side of the road where the house is, also where the cat is, it made a beeline for me in a its body language and its like the way it was meowing was like it was like crying for help, and it like immediately started rubbing up against me legs and all, like doing the like if you've ever been around animals, like, do you know what I mean, which I have. I've been around animals like a lot, and I had a dog for 15 years, but I also have loads of friends who had cats, so I've like a lot of experience with cats. um and like it was just behavior. It was eliciting behavior where I was like, "There's something wrong with this thing," and it looked fairly young. It was like slight build, kind of smallish, didn't have a lot of weight on it, but didn't look old in the face and stuff. Like, so I was like, "This thing." is obviously like a young house cat that's after like getting out or getting lost or something, and it's out in the rain in the dark, and there's loud cars and stuff. It was jittery, you know. It's not like a normal cat that's out all the time. That's just like chilling, and it kept circling between me and the female, and then like the female was like, "Oh, what do we, what like someone around here own it or whatever," and all this shit. You're asking the usual questions, and like it fucking tried to follow us into the house. So we were like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, what are we gonna do?" and all, and then it like bolted over to the car and tried to take cover under the car, and then came back across the road and it was chilling with us for a sec, and then it was just being real erratic and shit. Like I was like, "Fuck it, we'll take it in." I'm not standing here getting like soaking wet. Before I did that, I knocked on a few people's doors because it wasn't too late that like people wouldn't answer their doors, but nobody fucking answered. Like even though they had their lights on, which I thought was weird. It was like, but I suppose the female made a good point where she was like, "We do live on a main road, so like old ladies who live on their own aren't going to open their door at 10 o'clock at night and shit," which is true. But we end up with this fucking ginger cat. Like we end up just with this ginger cat in the kitchen. And I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna do with this thing? Like, do you know what I mean? Like it sounded distressed, like we give it food and all this stuff. Like, and it's an adorable little yoke. It's fucking like absolutely like mad cute, like, real friendly, like no aggression or like, defensive panic off it at all. Like it just wanted cuddles and that was it. Like, and it was obviously mad curious because it's a cat. And but I basically was like, look, it's not ours. We can't facilitate the fucking thing. I don't want it shitting everywhere and all this fucking stuff, right? So I put some tuna in a Tupperware thing and put out in the little shed we have and left the shed door open. So I was like, there's shelter for the cat there if it needs shelter. And I'm leaving the door open so we're not like trapping the fucking thing in case it decides to try and make its way home, wherever that may be. You know, I've exceeded my civic responsibilities. Like it's not my problem. Like and we ended up getting to bed late because we were like fucking like what the fuck was that? And then we went for a walk, so we had more energy and all. We ended up getting to bed late anyway. And we wake up and she like female goes to work. And when I went down to make the coffee in the coffee and tea in the morning, it wasn't there. So I was like, okay, it's not like it like stuck around because it doesn't know where to go or any of that. Like, and about 10 o'clock, about half 10, like about 10, half 10 o'clock, I went down to make another coffee, and and the thing's just standing by the window looking at me with these big eyes. And I was just like, "You little fuck! Like what the?" And then like it's like scratching on the door and all. I was like, "Oh, here we go!" Like. So then I end up taking care of this cat all morning, which I did and didn't mind. I enjoyed the company, like, and it was a cute cat, like, and then I ended up doing a video pretending it was Garlos. Because the thing sat on, I took it up here and it like sat on the window, and it was sitting beside Garlos, and because it was a ginger cat, like, like I was just like, this is hilarious. Um, but anyway, I end up putting up a message on the local page on Facebook and all, and uh, is anyone missing a ginger cat? Because the thing has a collar and all, like, with no name, no number, no address, no anything, like, just fucking, just two bells, like, just fucking stupid, like. But, but it was just random as fuck, because part of me was thinking, is like, if I didn't, like, you know, suddenly turn around and go, fuck it, we should go for a walk, we wouldn't have, like, been there at that moment in time, and the cat wouldn't have, like, caught us and shit. It was one of those things where I was like, that was just weird. Like, that was a I don't really believe in coincidences, like, but I don't know. God has not told me the purpose of the cat as of this moment, and if he has, I haven't paid close enough attention to discern what it is. But that is why I am tired and like all over the place because it was like trying to keep an eye on the cat, but also like get stuff done and shit. And we were up late and up early. Fucking, I woke up at exactly 7:33 this morning. And it's like moments like that where I'm just like, well, what's going on? like, like that's how I respond to those like woogity boogity things. Like, do you know what I mean? When you're like paying attention, you're like, that's weird. Like, but anyway, I'm going to play a lot of metal today. So for all of you who are not interested in really high octane dragon painting, this today's stream may not be for you. Uh, Freaking Griffus spamming like Nakeful. You're talking about the gifs in the fucking Telegram chat. Is it that bad? How bad is it? That's what I was like. I have unleashed the gifs. Like I make one goddamn Dragon Ball Z reference. I didn't even make a reference. I put an Instagram thing in. That's what it was. That was hilarious. Like that cartoon, fucking like I need to learn how to put shit up on the stream because like there's loads of things throughout my day that make me fucking laugh my head off. Like and it is funny and cool to like share them with people and all. Like, but I haven't. I don't have sets. I don't have stuff set up where it would be like handy for me to just like throw shit up. Like, but I do have Telegram here though. So a moment while I try things. Wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear the album that I have lined up. Like it's one of my favorite metal albums. But like if you're not into metal, you're gonna fucking hate it, which just makes me laugh. Like thinking about people just being like, "Oh, painting goo." I love painting goo. The next 2.5 or the next 2 odd hours are going to be entertaining and creatively inspirational, and then I just stick on music they can't stand. oh God, I'm not well today. I'm in an oscillating humor. Like I was in a fucking foul humor and I started yawning a lot like earlier on when the female came back for lunch. And like it came upon me out of nowhere, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I just feel drained. Even though I did, like, I went to bed at what? Just after midnight, woke up at 7:30, so I got like at least like 6 hours sleep or whatever. And like sometimes I get fucking 3.5, 4 hours sleep and I feel fine. So I don't know. Maybe it's the moon cycle ending or fucking I don't know, 1st of March and all that shit. Like, but weird energy today. I feel very drained. Been yawning a lot. I've had 4 cups of coffee, and on the fourth cup of coffee, I yawned 3 times. So instead of doing what I said yesterday, and I was like, I'll make sure the female washes the headband and I'll finish this week strong with some Japanese energy. Fuck that. I fuck that. There was a cat. And now I feel completely different for like, when you just get thrown off your rhythm by some random event. You know what I mean? It was hilarious. Like some of the interactions I had with the cat in the hours it was here and all, I was just like, this is just fucking funny. Like, thing trying to get into like a hole under the cupboard in the kitchen and shit, and I had to like catch it by the tail and drag it out. And as I dragged it out, like I'm there hoping that like, oh, I hope I don't hurt the little fucker. I hope I don't hurt the little fucker. But I can't let him behind there because then like it's manky behind there, and like what if he fucks with the plumbing because like we've already had to like fix the plumbing because the pipes are like really shoddily put. Well, they were. I fucking now that I've glued them, they're no longer shoddily put together. But like they were just like there wasn't even a thread on them. They were just like popped on like Lego blocks, which I'm sure loads of people out there are going to be like, well, that's just how plumbing is. No, that's how cheap cowboy fucking shit plumbing is. These things are supposed to have threaded connections or glue. So I got fucking glue. And I did the work that somebody else is responsible for, which fucking annoyed me. But that's like, the cat tries to get in behind that shit. And I'm like, fuck, I can't let him in there. He's going to wreck everything. But thankfully, I avoided all that chaos by dragging him out by his tail. But like, yeah, I didn't want to hurt him, and I was like trying to do it gently enough, but like firmly, so he didn't just take off. Like, and I thought it was hilarious because when I got him out from under it, he was like on his back, and he just started playing with me. Like he's a really cute, like he's a really cute, really friendly, really docile, playful little thing that just wants cuddles. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm kind of sad that he's gone. Like, oh God. I was going to try and window capture. I have window capture here. So hold on a sec. It's not hidden. Settings. Open the source. Uh, and then I can just pick Telegram. There we go. Okay. Now the way this works is a bit weird because it's like zoomed. The way the window's like zoomed in. Like I'm so shit at this. As far as streamers go, like I'm terrible. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm so bad at this shit. Like, because I've no idea what I'm doing. If we were playing video games, I'd be fucking slaying right now. But we're not. We're trying to like show videos on the internet, on the interwebs. Like, look at me. I'm so bad at this. Well, that. Do you know what? I've immediately realized what I should have done, and instead of getting it to open that window, I should get it to open the media window. Like a real chat. Like somebody who knows what they're doing. Like, unlike me. Hold on. Okay. I wanted to open this window, not that window. So many windows. Uh, open source properties. Change this to. Which one is it? It's not there. I don't see an option. Shite. Where is it? This one. Media viewer. Okay. If somebody like COD or like someone with like any kind of like technical capabilities was watching me right now, they'd just be shaking their head in dismay. All this to just show you a fucking video of a kitten. Might not even be a kitten. I don't know. It's not coming up with the. It's a bit annoying. Sometimes it doesn't like find the win. There we go. Media viewer. There we go. Okay. Now, how does it look on the stream? All right, that's nice and big. That's what she said. Um, can I? Jesus, it's huge. That's what she said. I talking absolute rambling bollocks while I'm trying to fucking set this up live on the internet. Preparation is not one of the P's of painting. Is this okay? Is it working now? I think that's the whole image now. Okay, now so how do I go about doing this? There we go.
My name is Carlos Cocaina. I once was the prized possession of Don Branco, Colombian warlord and drug pasha. Now, I PEINTEINGU.
Oh God, my Colombian drug lord. Well, actually, my technically, and like I'm playing the part of like I was narrating as if I was Garlos there. So like my Latin American tiger accent. Could you guys hear that? Like, could you guys hear the audio on that, or did I just play a video with no audio? Um, because I probably did. I don't know. Hold on a sec. There's that. I have like I'm like fucking. It's like Minority Report right now. I have like fucking six windows open, and I don't even need four of them. Like, hold on a minute.
My name is Carlos Cocaina.
No, yeah, the audio's on. Audio's heard. Grant, Grant, Grant. It's like, we heard it. We don't need to hear it again. Fuck you and your cat videos, defender. Is this what painting goo has become? It's just fucking cat videos. Is this how far you've fallen, defender? Oh god. Right, hide that. I'm fucking knackered. I'm absolutely bollocks. Like I'm thirsty, and I had a big breakfast, and I'm still hungry. I'm just off. I'm off today. Like, oh, I'm such a big baby when it comes to like when I got knocked off my routine by like an hour or two or whatever. Because like for a whole week or two there, I was getting up at like fucking 7 every morning, you know. But I have to go to bed at 10 for that to like work out correctly, like and it's just going to bed at midnight, like an extra 2 hours of just being awake doing shit or just chilling, watching Deep Space Nine, talking about like, geez, that was mad with that cat. Like, I hope he's okay and all. Like, like how fucking like, I think that's hilarious. How like that's happened twice now. I think it's twice. Where like the female and I just like come across a creature that like seems like it's in need, and then we spend like we get completely and utterly distracted by the animal. Like, do you know what I mean? And maybe that means we'll make good parents. I don't know, but like it happened one time with a little bird. A little when we were still living in my ma's house. This tiny little like I don't know what kind of bird it is, but it was a tiny little brown thing and like no bigger than a robin or something like the fucking thing fell off our neighbor's roof and landed on the wheelie bin and like broke its we later found out that it unfortunately broke its neck, so um there was no saving it, like but like it was messed up and all, and we took it in, and then we tried to take care of it, and we're like looking shit up on Google, like how to take care of these things, and like it wrapped up in a towel, and I was trying to feed it with a fucking Q-tip with water and all this fucking shit. Like it was mad, like and it was funny because like we'd had a big fucking fight, and it was like this random event with the bird like forced us to like be together, and like we got over the fight because we were trying to take care of the bird. Like it's fucking like just life's hilarious, man. It really is, like, and it becomes more hilarious the more you go down the kind of path that we're all trying to go down of like truth seeking and just being positive and like growing and becoming more moral and like seeking to get away from degeneracy and noticing these divine patterns and all this stuff, like because you start having that lens, because you start having that mindset, like almost everything that happens in a given moment is like an opportunity for good or whatever, like like and that's how I approached the situation with the cat, and there's just loads of funny stuff happened. Like the way it was crawling all over me this morning while I was trying to like set up the fucking like I was scheduling the stream for today, and like that only takes a few minutes, but like all I have to do is change the title and like the reset the timer and all this fucking shit, like, and then make sure I have the music lined up. Like it only takes like 5 minutes, but it took me like 15, 20 minutes because I kept looking at the cat and the cat's moving around, and I had to like keep moving me coffee away from the fucker's tail, and like oh, it was just mad. Like at some point everything devolves into cat videos. Like there's got to be a painting go now, like in a few weeks or something, like where the whole 2 hours I just play fucking cat videos. Um, you yawned 3 times. Well, I'm delighted for you. I'm delighted. I fucking, I couldn't. I actually started to get annoyed when like I'm on my fourth coffee of the day, and like they're not like really strong coffees or anything, just like one scoop, like and it's like that fucking instant shit. It's not like it's a really strong coffee. Like I've had really strong coffee where if you have like four of them, like your fucking heart rate starts to increase. Like um but like I've four coffees in, and I swear to God, I was sitting there in the bed having a cigarette with the female, and I was just like drifting away. Like I'm like, why am I so tired? Why am I so fucking tired? It doesn't make any sense. Like I've eaten, I've had 3 fucking coffees. I worked out yesterday. Maybe that's why I'm tired. It's because I did a fairly strenuous workout yesterday. That could be like my nervous system is just like, you need sleep. Your muscles are still sore. It's like, bitch, I slept for 7.5 hours. What do you want? Like sometimes I get annoyed at my body, because like my will and my body aren't like in alignment yet, or at the moment. Like sometimes they are. And when they're not in alignment, I get very frustrated. Where I'm like, I have shit to do. Come on, and my body's just like, no, we're low on resources. Morale is at an all-time low. The men just can't do it, sir. Like it's like like a captain trying to rouse his crew. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't care if we have leaks in the hull. I don't care if the sails are torn. I don't care if you have blisters on your hands from the rope and the fucking iron. Get up, you swine. You have shit to do. And it's like, nah, we need oranges. We have scurvy. Like, it's fucking horrible sometimes. Uh, It's like fucking the woo and the woo and the poo lad is just like, so this is what's going on in my day. your kids in gymnasts or do gymnastics. I've always wanted to do gymnastics, but I thought it was kind of gay, and I didn't want to be gay, you know. I still don't want to be gay. Um, yeah, like I didn't watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z, but like I did. If you get me, like I've seen a lot of Dragon Ball Z, but I've never actually like sat down to watch it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just it would be on when I'm watching something else. I'd like flick through the channels and be like, oh, Dragon Ball Z is on. You know, like, and if there was a fight scene, I'd like stick around check it out. But the amount of exposition, the amount of like just the amount of just fucking nothing happening in Dragon Ball Z is crazy. Like for 3 episodes, he's charging a fucking spirit bomb or something. Like I just thought it was tick. Like I thought it was absolutely stupid. Like in one scene when they have like two dudes who look kind of cool with cool powers and they're fucking like doing these awesome moves and shit. Like, you know, I'm part like and as somebody who drew and was interested in drawing, I used to watch that stuff and I'm like, Jesus Christ, how do they animate that? That's awesome. Like, you know, the way they disappear and reappear and like they get all those fluttering effects and shit. Like, where did they come up with like that kind of drawing style and like the way that most of the characters are actually the same character just with different hair? Do you guys ever notice that? I thought that shit was fucking hilarious when I first seen it. Like, you know, it's the same head, like Vegeta and Goku and Trunks and like loads of them. It's the same fucking like basic model structure, but they like stick different hairstyles and shit on them and all. Like, and it completely changes the character. Like, it's I love shit like that. Like, way too much fucking talking though for something that's like about magical fucking. It's someone's take on the Monkey King myth, isn't it? That's basically what it is. Like he has that monkey thing. He has the Nimbus cloud. The only thing he's missing is a staff, you know, and looking like a monkey all the time. Like, but that's what it is. It's the legend of the Monkey King, but like done with their own. It's their somebody's take on the legend of the Monkey King, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, uh, no Komodo or headband today, cause cat. Yeah, because I plan like I planned on making sure, like, I know where the wash is and all. Like, so I was like, I remember to remind the female to wash the headband so it'll be dry by the morning. Like, and then we finished dinner, and then I just got this like thought in my head where I was like, we should probably go for a walk. And then she was like, yeah, I'm kind of bloated, like, you know, fucking. So we left, and then we come back, and then she showed me the car, and then the thing happened with the cat, and it's like fate just took us away from just what I meant to do. Like, I just totally forgot. Like, and then this morning it happened again. I was like, you know, I got to do a promo video for Painting Goo today, and this, that, and the rest. And the only shit I got done today was I managed to schedule it, and then I got some painting done on the new symmetrical because the cat fell asleep on the bed. I swear, just after I did that video that I just showed on stream, of me like pretending he's Garlos, like he like fell like there was that was the one spot on the bed, like this window here is where the light was coming through. So he just plonked himself in the bed where the one spot was, with the sun just hitting the bed, and he just curled up in a ball and fell asleep. And I was just like, all right, grand, I don't have to worry about him, like, you know, moving around or anything. Like I had the door closed and all, but like because I'm sitting here and stuff, or because I'd be standing there, my back would be to him. I didn't want to like just go about my work and have to keep like looking around for the cat. Like I've got tubs of water in here and paint and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? But it was better to have him here then in the kitchen where he could like disappear in behind the fucking cupboard in the sink, like potentially not come out, like, and I'd have to send a message to the people on Facebook being like, so yeah, we have your cat, but like, um, I can't get him for you right now. Like, but anyway, he's with one of the neighbors who owns cats. Like, she has cats, and fucking, I was like, because I went like I was like, it might be hers, because we know she has cats, like, and I knock in and I'm talking to her and I'm like, fucking, yeah, we got this cat, blah, blah. Are you missing a ginger cat? And she's like, no, I'm not missing it. I was like, fuck. That would have been just so handy if it was hers, like, do you know what I mean? Because, like, you have that sense of responsibility where you just, like, now that you're, like, involved in the situation, you don't want to just, like, discard the animal outside and be like, all right, like, God bless, good luck, fucking, like, especially when he keeps coming back and pawing on the door. Like, I'm just like, oh, like, I love animals, like, do you know what I mean? So, like, oh, it's so hard. Um, what is the age group here? I don't know, fucking, I'm probably the youngest one that, like, I'm probably the youngest one. I don't know, what age are you, Demon Hunter? Demon Hunter might be younger than me. Just looks 10 years older because the size of his beard and the fucking depth of his voice. I'm 32. Jesus, I'm 32. I still can't believe that. I turned 33 this year. Whoa. Like, even saying that sounds weird. Like, it's like something like, it's just time. It is time. I fucking do need meat. I fucking do. I need way more meat. Um, you're dead right, Denmark Bear. I need way more meat. Like, I feel so good after I have a steak, and I haven't had a steak in weeks. I've just had like chicken and fucking bacon or whatever. Like, I need a fucking bloody steak. That's what I fucking need. Like, and I'll feel like way better. Um, like, there's times where I feel like I'll have a big dinner, and then an hour later I'm like, I'm fucking hungry again. Like, I do. I must have like I haven't gone and gotten me bloods done in ages, but the last time I got me bloods done, I was like physically worse than I am now. And they were like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with your blood. You're just really unhealthy." Like, well, there's nothing wrong with my blood allegedly, and there's nothing wrong with my organs or anything, like, but like, it's my diet. It's my diet, and it's because I haven't like I didn't recover well or fully from the last, like, say, like 5 or 6 odd years of being really like just like, what's the word, sedimentary, just like laying about playing video games, smoking weed, like, like, it was just horrible for my posture and my fucking nerve endings and my joints and all that stuff. And that's another thing, is my nervous system is jacked. My nervous system is definitely jacked. And the more I realize it, the more the more aware of it I'm becoming, because I used to have like random health uh concerns, I'd say, because they were mild. It's not like, like, I'd never have anything where I'm like, oh shit, I need to go to the hospital or something, like, fucking, unless there's something obvious and major. I'm always just like, it'll pass, like, and it's just like the combination of fucking like focusing too much on drawing and painting and being like, sitting down for long hours of time and then not feeding myself right and stuff like that. Like, and then in like 3 or 4 week bursts trying to like lift heavy weight and like do prison workouts on a fucking power tower out the back. Like, and it's like, I like last year, I gained a stone and then lost it, you know? So like, that's how you know that it's like, it's my doing, it's not my fucking, I don't have anything wrong with me, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's how I'm behaving. But you're dead right. I need to just like eat a steak and fucking like hit a heavy bag for like an hour, and I'd probably just feel better. Um, Yeah, 3 episodes in, Goku is still charging the Spirit Bomb to defeat Frieza. Like that's man, that's like a famous meme where it's just Goku like this talking to Frieza for like fucking 3 episodes. Like, and doesn't the same thing happen with Cell? Cell's going around like sucking the life out of everyone with his jab tail thing. I thought that was creepy as fuck the first time I saw it. Just him poking people with his tail, and the way his tail is shaped and all, like it looked like a weird hypodermic needle and all, like, and he's there just like sucking people, like, and the way they did it was actually kind of like weirdly PG, but almost creepier because like they just like disappeared into their clothes and then like their clothes just like went to the ground. It was odd, like, do you know what I mean? Man, like the Asians, just the way they can express things is like on the one hand like profound and like beautifully artistic, and then in another sense it's like you guys are messed up. But I kind of respect that because like we have that too, but we're like ashamed of it and fucking like what you call it, very prudish and stuff. When I say us, I mean like in general whites in the West. I think whites in the West like are kind of hypocritical because a lot of us are like, oh, we're above such behaviors. It's like, no, we're not. Like, like we're clearly not. If like, you know, like look at the state of the place. Like that's what like I'd love for Paintingu to be a symbol of a marriage of cultures between the East and the West in the fucking strangest way possible. Like, I think that's hilarious that there's like the Last Samurai and the storyline to the video game Neo are based off of a story where like a Westerner who fought against the Japs in like the 16 or 1200s or some shit like that. Some say he was American, some say he was British or some shit, and then there's like the original one was Irish or something, but then like lots of people have done different stories about it or whatever. But like a foreign dog, a gaijin, whatever they call him. I think it's a gaijin. I'm not sure. Guailao? No, I think Guailao is the Chinese one. But a foreigner goes over and like learns how to be a samurai and basically becomes one of them. Like, that's me, man. I swear to God, like if I wasn't with the female and like we weren't like going a certain direction and shit, if I was just on my own and I was like a fucking successful artist and shit, I just moved to Japan and just like learn how to speak Japanese. Like I fucking love it. Like I would come back though. I know I'd come back. I'd miss Ireland too much. I am. I'm extra white. I'm so white. I'm like black. I'm the whitest nigger you'll ever meet. Like uh, deep knowledge. Oh. Japan, Jap anime just always starts with a bald dude and a cupboard full of wigs. It's so true. Like but that's kind of what like I love about like their mastery of like fundamental things. Where like that's how they look at things. Where it's like we don't have to design 4 different characters. We can just design one character and modify him to look like 4 different characters. Like that's intellect. That's creative intellect. Like, do you know what I mean? Where like look at Akira. If you've never seen like hand to God, the like 4 or 5 times I have tried to sit down and watch Akira from start to finish, and I always fall asleep because every time I try and get to watch it, like the female goes on holiday with her ma or something, and I have like 10 days to myself, and I'm like, grand, I'm gonna fucking make a nice dinner for myself, fucking, and after I got all my work done. I'm gonna have a nice dinner for myself, and then I'm gonna sit down and play some video games, and I'll fucking uh, watch Akira like tomorrow or on the weekend or some shit like that. And I always end up sticking it on when I'm going to bed. And it's like fucking 2 hours long. Like, and I always end up falling asleep around the time where his brother gets kidnapped or something. Like, fucking. I always remember Tetsuya or Tetsuya, Tetsuya. I just remember that scene, and then I'm like asleep. But there was 172,000 individual frames in the Japanese animation Akira, right? and they were all hand painted by 68 different artists. How fucking cool is that? Sheer manpower. Do you know what I mean? Like doing it all by hand, analog, with like creative, like intuitive ways for its time and all. Like they had to like use a new technology at the time to like try and get like fucking high frame rates and shit without like it taking too long and all this crap. Like, and it's just fucking mad. Like they literally hand painted everything, and like some of the all the cityscapes in the background. All the like when they like pass the layers over, like say like there's a bit where they're like driving down a road on a bike, right? And in the background you have like the buildings that are like 100 or 200 feet away from the bridge that the bike is on. And then you have the buildings way in the distance that are like up on the hill or something, right? They had 3 millimeter windows, 2 millimeter windows, 1 millimeter windows, and 0.5 millimeter windows to get the depth to show to give the illusion of depth. So there was dudes with paintbrushes and a ruler just going, you know, just dab, 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 dab. Like the attention to detail, the amount of labor, the persistence, the fucking dedication, like the just the balls to do it like that. Like, you know what I mean? And like I've repeatedly made the attempt to like watch it the whole way through and appreciate it and like look at it. Like that's how I've trained my eyes and my hands to get better at art in many ways. Is like I just constantly look at art that's like better than my art, and I'm like, right, like what am I missing? Do you know what I mean? Like the shading, the color theory, the like, what kind of style and shit. Like, and do I just leave this space white so I can still have a lot of like brightness in this area, or can I just like paint it white layer and a different layer or some shit? Like, and fucking, there's so much to learn. It's like anything else. It's like if you try to be like a really good fighter overall or something, like, if you want to be like a fucking professional fighter, like, I mean, there is so much to learn. Yes, there's basics and fundamentals that if you master them, you will be good. But if you really want to be great, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to go through like all forms of the traditions, all forms of thought, all the greats. They all have different like styles and little nuanced things that they figured out. Like it's fascinating. Like it's just like there's just an unbelievable like all seemingly infinite amount of ways to lose yourself in real life. And I don't mean in a bad way. I mean to like, maybe losing yourself is a bad way to put it, but it's like you can just like you can live your whole life in one niche. And a lot of people do that, like, and that's okay. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but like, how cool is that? That like our existence is so fragmented in a way, but it's all kind of like the same. All the different cultures, all the different nations, and then you get like you go from nations and cultures to like individual families. Like if you were to look at the Chinese culture, the Chinese nation, and then to look at their criminal underworld, and then to look at like how many families have been like on all the triads and shit. Like it's like, and it's the same with the Japs and the fucking Yakuza, and it's the same with the Irish and like the IRA and certain families like the fucking, I don't know, Kinahans or some shit like that. Like, or like that's just a name I've heard in the paper. Like, like I don't know if they're actually a big family that's been around for decades or something. Like, but it's always we all have the same stuff, but it's all different. And like that's what fascinates me, and that's what I think is so cool. And I think that's one of the reasons why they've come up with this whole multiculturalism shite is because like they know full well how powerful it would be and how like unstoppably cool it would be if nations and cultures just started to mingle and get along together. Like, could you imagine like a harmonious relationship between Russia and China, like a genuinely harmonious one? And I'm not saying that doesn't exist, because in the West we get told an awful lot of shit, so I don't actually know, you know. But like, it's like everybody's so like everybody has their backs up, like, especially the Polish right now. You see that fucking Polish politician there the other day in the I don't know if it was the other day, but it was recently enough where he stood up in front of everyone in the EU and was like, "We don't need your woke ideology. We don't need your money. We don't need your doctors. We don't need this." Like he's basically just giving everybody the finger, like And it's good to see, like it's like fucking he's still a politician, so like whatever. But it's like it's just so crazy to see a world that has such infinite potential for such cool shit. It's like when I was catching up on Owen this morning, right? One of the things he said was, I want to return to that childlike state where everything is just like amazing. And like, man, I resonate with that so much. I relate to that so much. I don't know if you could tell, like, fucking, but like, I think it's hilariously, blatantly obvious how much of a big kid I am in like lots of ways. But then there is lots of shit that I like understand and comprehend to a really sophisticated level, considering what age I am and where I've come from. Do you know what I mean? But that's because I find that stuff interesting. It's not because I'm better or I'm smarter than other people or whatever, or I'm a special boy or something. It's like I just chose to go this way and this stuff happened to me. So this is how I ended up. And that's not the case for like most people. That's just the reality. Like, we just are who we choose to be. In a sense, we are also who we have been destined to be. Like, I do believe we've been designed in a certain way. Like, I do get a sense that like God meant me to be a certain way. But then again, I also get to say, like, I think reincarnation's a legit thing. I do every so often, I get the feeling that like me and Emma have been a king and queen at some point. And I know that's like a crazy thing to say, like, but maybe, well, I don't know that's a crazy thing to say. I know it sounds like a crazy thing to say to most people these days, but it doesn't actually feel like a crazy thing to me. I feel sometimes like, like when I wake up from a dream, like, or even a vivid one, and even if it's like really fucking vivid, the more you start to remember it, like the more you forget. And like the more the day goes on, you kind of just like what the fuck was that? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, what if that's what your other lives are like? You just don't get to fucking remember, or maybe you choose not to remember because it's too difficult or something. Like, like I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case and shit. Like that show, the OA that Christopher Gardner fucking recommended to Owen when he was on his stream last time. It's fucking weird. It's good. Like me and the female have been watching it. It's really interesting, and it does have a lot of like weird gravy in it and stuff. Like, but it's fucking weird, and it starts with straight up teenage porn. Not even got like I'm not even like the first fucking scene in that show, the OA, is teenagers fucking like. Like, like, and don't get me wrong, like, like I've said before, it's like I am like I want to develop and I am developing a sense of like I could watch anything and be like, okay, yeah, that's fucking bad and horrific and shit like that, but like you can still take the good shit from it or whatever. But still, it's like you didn't need to start the like you know what I mean? It's like that's not narratively necessary. That's where I'm coming from. It's like you don't need to do that to tell a good story. You know? That's where I'm coming from. The only reason you're doing that is like to like fuck with people's heads. And it's like it's like that's the rules now. It's like we will let you make a cool show with interesting characters and concepts if we can gay the fuck out of it and throw some porn in there. Like it's like those are the rules now. Like, do you know what I mean? You're only allowed to have stuff that is even remotely creatively cool or entertaining or interesting or fascinating in any way if we're allowed. Fuck it in the ass. It's fucking crazy. The fender is so white, it's like someone slid the contrast slider all the way to the left, so he's invisible next to the wall. I'm like, I'm not that far off. I'm like, like this is more kind of cream. This is very white, but like, I don't know. The hat's in the way. I'm pretty fucking white. you know? I may be as white as one could possibly be without being transparent. Like, but anyway, right. I'm about to play some music that is about to like half the amount of people listening to me right now. So, exposition over, 49 minutes in. I'm going to paint a dragon. Let's listen to some metal so I can stay warm in this bitch. If you'd like to support the stream, link in description. Paint a fucking dragon. This is one of my favorite albums. A tiny squirt. To get the goo flowing. Oh! Hard on me. What's the OA? Now a warning. I never thought I'd be like this. I swear to God, I never thought I'd be like this. Where like, well, that's a bit degenerate and immoral. I swear to God, I never thought I'd be like this. But I get it. I totally get it. And I see it now. And I completely agree. So when I see that shit now, I'm like, that's fucked up. Like, and unnecessary. Like, but it's so cool show. Now Demon Hunter's happy, that's about it. The 2 acre here. I don't know if Denmark Bear likes heavy metal. How can you be from Denmark and not love heavy metal? We only lost one viewer. I thought most of you were gonna leave, but I stuck on Ovid's Withering. This is like legit one of my favorite albums ever. It's so cool. I love albums that have themes, and this is like some Greek myth or some shit. I don't know who Ovid is. I'm not sure if it's a biblical story. I think it's Greek. I'm not sure. Fucking cool though. Oh no, yeah, it's Poseidon and all. Yeah, yeah. It's really cool. I think it's really cool. I think that's one of the best like things to like if you're trying to tell a narrative and like play like heavy metal, like myths about gods and fantasy realms and all. It's like the easiest shit and coolest shit to do that shit about. Like Scandinavians are required by law to be metal fans. I think I'd be surprised if he didn't listen to Abbott and the Crib. Oh god. It's like considered fucking blasphemy, like. Want this thing to be like seriously fucking cool looking, but still a bit abstract. So I don't want to put too much detail in it, like, you know. Like I think things look even cooler when they're a little bit vague, and like part of you is like it's like your eye can't completely focus on it. Seriously, like I've recently become quite obsessed with really watering down the gouache and just like layering it and layering it and layering it, and just slowly over time this thing just gets carved out like into the canvas. Like just watching like other artists do it, like, you know, with they do the time lapse thing where it's all sped up, and I'll just watch it like, and I'm just like, I get it now. Like sitting there mesmerized, like.
The cosmic order is dead.
I love this monologue.
Olympus
Is dead. Olympus is dead. It's all dead. It's raining. It's raining and it's all dead. Oh, it's so epic. Make it an Irish dragon and put a pint of Guinness in one of its arms. Just like it's everybody thinks it's like, oh, this is a really cool dragon, and then by the next 6 episodes, like it's fucking, it's just an ad for Guinness. those little bits where it slows down and all is some of my favourite. Where are we going to put his arms? That's a question I have. I'm thinking like we give him one like here. And, like maybe we put the pint of Guinness in that one or something. Like I don't know. Like that means there's there's an arm behind there. You know. But, can you imagine how fucking hilarious it would have been if Bob Ross was just like with that afro of his and all like beating the shit out of the brush and all in the bucket and shit, just fucking laying it down to Iron Maiden like. I'm gonna start to use this Prussian blue to make the green more like viridian green. I'm gonna start doing some like darker tones.
I won, my friend. You fell for it. You
And if you think this shit is heavy, wait till you see the next album I'm putting on. Fucking Demon Hunter Bear sitting there going, ooh, I'm intrigued. I don't know about you, but I think this is starting to look savage. If I do say so myself. It's very meaty, I'll put it that way, you know? Obviously it's not like incredibly like well painted, but like it's very neat. Rough. The Danes live on fish, fancy pants, and heavy metal. Quite the diet. Bob Ross was a drill sergeant. Bashing skulls was his jam. That's true, actually. Yeah, I forgot about that. He was a drill sergeant. He seems like the type, though, that like, if he was going to have music on, like in the background to like calm himself down later after he did a lot of drilling with the boys, that sounded gay. Drilling with the boys. So that's why the military is full of fags. They're all doing drills. I think it'd be hilarious if he like listened to like Vivaldi or some shit when he would just like, you know, after screaming at a load of dudes, he just like closes the windows and like enters a dark room, you know, like puts the whole room in darkness and just sits in a chair listening to fucking intense classical music, like. I love that. The do 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 do. Sorry, gents. Just had to step out with my battle axe and ship to pillage the next town over. Just like listening to that like that high quality heavy metal music and just being like, it is time. I must embrace my inner conqueror. Do 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 do. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Do 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 do. It's like a dirty yellow, dirty green. Oh, yeah. I want like a bright yellow or a bright green, sorry. Not a mint green. Although the mint, some of the mint greens looking quite nice. That kind of emerald color. Like, listen to how beautiful that is. You know what I mean? Man, that's what I love about heavy metal. Like, if people don't like heavy metal, it's because they don't get it. You know? Listen to that. Wait for it. This is what you listen to when you paint a dragon. That one's behind. They're too similar in size and direction. One of them has to be much bigger than the other one. Yeah, that's better. Right in there is where I'm going to put the eyes. Right. I'm going to leave the green alone for a while and do more of the underbelly yellow. Painting goo 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 goo. By the time I'm done, everybody will hear every song and think about PEINTEINGU. Regardless of what music is playing, you will just hear PEINTEINGU. You will think of PEINTEINGU. You will feel PEINTEINGU. You will pay for PEINTEINGU. Those vocals, man, like, man, listen to that again, like, that's crazy. I love that, like, like it's so. How does he get it that like deep and that it's so demonic, but it's amazing. The perfect blend of melody and brutality. This epitomizes it. And they stop everything else. Like, they completely change up the rhythm to just let him just go boom. Like, it's awesome. It's so cool. Word for word, I shite thee not. Get out of my head. I'm telling you, me and Demon Hunter Bear are like the same guy, just like in different locations. Yeah, like that's, man, I totally agree. I think metal is like modern classical music. But because we live in an inverted like timeline, most people are like, "Oh, heavy metal's like, it's like shit music. It's just people screaming and all." While the people like us who are like, "It's amazing. It's beautiful and dark," like, and it's like it's got all these elements and amazing stories, and like the fucking lyrics in some metal songs are like poetry. They're like fucking just insane, awesome literature to read. Never mind fucking like hear it sung in a song. Like I fucking love it. Like that bit, like it's what was it? There's a bit I can't remember what fucking song it is now, but there's a bit in one of these where it's like, "I will but honor you, Father, by bathing in your blood," and it's like, what's it? One of Poseidon's sons or something? Like I can't even remember. I wasn't paying that much attention. Like, but it's just like it's like Shakespearean shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I've always had I've always had like an affinity for old speak. Like the old timey voice, but not just the old timey voice, like proper like it's like proper um like language that carried more gravitas, that type of stuff. When people used to speak and it used to sound like music, you know. Whereas like now people speak and it sounds like binary code coming out of a computer, like like do you know what I mean? Like fucking Indians. Like I love the Indians. I love the Indians for so many reasons. I like their food that they make here. Like chokrums are awesome and Bollywood's hilarious. Like I know people rip on Bollywood and all. Like I know it's not like I've seen a lot of Bollywood movies, but the stuff I see like of Bollywood and all those like poorly edited stuff are like the way over the top graphics that are like really obvious and shit. Like I think it's hilarious. Do you know what I mean? And I don't care if they are being serious. I'm still going to find it hilarious. Like, you want poetry? Listen to Blood Eagle by Aman Amarth. Aman Amarth. I've heard of that band. I haven't listened to much of them. Man, if you know you're a heavy metal, the crowd I was gonna stick on after this for like I'm actually gonna stick them on in the next 10 minutes because I only have like 40 minutes left. Um, and we won't get all the way through this album. But like I'm gonna stick on Rings of Saturn. So like anyone who was still like managing to stick around through Ovid's Withering, which is granted most of you, which is awesome. But like I'm about to like go up another notch. Like this bit is awesome. His limbs altered suddenly. It's fucking so cool.
Slowly I crept in, their black tongues flickering between blistered skin. A most unbiblical good, over the grace of the serpent.
It's fucking man, that dude's voice is so cool. It's so hard, bro. Tiny squirt. Teeny tiny squirt. Get the goo flowing. To allow it to flow to and fro. What's it? So we're going. Yeah, that way. You heathens! Save me from drowning. I used to be big into Jap metal for a while, and I can't take it seriously. It makes me laugh too much. Most of it, anyway. The stuff he could do with his voice was mind-breaking. He's had a couple throat surgeries over the years. That's, like, if you don't... Yeah, like whatever, he was experimenting. But, like, if you're not careful, man, you try to do some, like, Bring Me the Horizon shit and you're not ready for it, like, you can fucking really hurt yourself. Oh, it's so hard. Their timing is flawless. The way they stopped for just that half beat. Like, it's fucking brilliant. Like I want it to look kind of like it's not solid, you know? But we'll see if we can achieve that. Like it's a spirit dragon or something like that. Right. I'm turning it up a notch. That was slightly heavy metal. We're going for the that was Greek mythological metal. Now we're going for alien space metal. Where's it? Where's this fucking? Where is it? It was there. We go. This is fucking mental, but I love it. Don't even fucking think about it. Check out the Bollywood movie Triple R. It's pretty decent entertainment, funny, and I think I've seen that. It's just like R, but like all fucking. It's like the font on it is like real weird. So maybe I'm thinking of a different thing. Thinking I could go a shade darker and a shade lighter as well, but fuck it, we'll stick with the belly stuff for the moment. Like, believe we're doing a full metal day and fucking full metal day. 2acres not here. He's gonna like if he fucking watches this later or something, he's gonna be like, no way. Oh. Different bitches needed temporarily. Just have the shade I want. Not quite. Almost.
Indoor drying, making your clothes smell
This
musty.
fucking sound.
Bust the muss with Lenore Outdoorable.
It's slowly becoming cooler looking.
Unleash the
Like.
sunshine freshness of drying
Oh,
outdoors in your
sunshine up
clothes.
your arse, you fucking bitch. I can't believe I can't skip this shit. You and your
Lenore
clearly
Outdoorable.
not the
Fresh,
same
dry,
culture as you,
sweet.
friend. I'm sick of
You
seeing
know you need
ads
the
where
right
they like
tools to make.
they just make up these fucking
With
like
Shopify, you get all the right tools to
Skittles
sell.
fucking families, like, do you
Design
know what I
tools
mean?
to
Like
build your
fucking no, it's like fuck off. Oh, Beryl, welcome home. Why, thank you. I hope the music is bearable. It's feeling very metal today. Is slowly but surely taking form. His final form. Painting stream so metal it's mercury. those musicians have such a short lifespan. Takes a toll on the body. Yeah, if you're just like always doing that stuff and you're doing it to an insane degree, then yeah. But like, there's loads of people who do the same shit, but they take the time to like repair their body and look after themselves and stuff. Like, there was a period of time, from what I heard, where like, yeah, there was a lot of people who were like in the industry who were just like essentially killing themselves, and shortening their lifespans, like you said, like, But like, people have become, it's kind of like the fitness industry, where like a lot of these things, like, people become aware of it, like, and they're like, okay, well, I need to drink honey for 3 days in a row or some shit every time I do a practice set or something, or every time I do a gig. I need to spend like at least a week, like, letting my vocal cords heal from what I've done to them and stuff like that. Like, whereas you get these hardcore fuckers who do like, 3 gigs in a row, and like, by the time they're doing the tour gig or some shit like that, like, they barely have a voice left and shit, like, and then they end up in fucking hospital getting fucking like shit done to their throat, their vocal cords and all, like. Then you get the ones that like can sustain it, but then they fucking sell out. Like, I think that's what happened to Bring Me the Horizon, was they just sold out, so they stopped doing like hard shit. Indeed. Stabaru is reminding you all to like and subscribe, you content. So he's doing your job, Carlos. What's wrong with you? Carlos, the 850-pound, formerly cocaine-ridden tiger, tells you to like and subscribe, your content. Heed the warnings of the giant feline, unless I will remove his bucket and fling him at you. Freeze, no fling! It's one of the funniest things ever. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to go with a darker green in some places. I'm gonna get more blue on there, though. That's what I'm gonna do for the last 15 minutes. I'm gonna get more blue on there, like in between them. Carve some more definition into his shape using the blue. There was rumors going around that the guitar, one of, I don't think it was both of them, but one of the guitarists from this band had to prove that he can actually play like that. Like, they were like there was a lot of people being like, he's not really doing that. That's like programmed guitar, some shit. So he actually had to record himself playing it for people to believe that he can actually, that he's that good and he's that fast and he's that accurate. Like, how hilarious is that? Like, you're so good that you have to like prove how good you are. People don't believe that you're.
Stream Manchester City v Manchester United.
Manchester can go fuck itself. It's got nothing to do with dragons and metal. This is the song that made me get into them. It's called Natural Selection. See, every single fucking song, every song ever made, ever, by anyone, was made for Painting Goo. Painting Goo. I think Dragon Force was under similar scrutiny years ago. Sometimes people are just that good. Yeah, like if it's all you do, like it's not impossible to get like ridiculously good at something. Like I heard your man Mac Heafy from Trivium locked himself in his room for like fucking 6 hours a day. Like whether that's true or not or whatever, but like I'd fucking well believe it. Like to be able to play guitar that good and sing, you know. Yeah, he does have a head like the Tremors worm tentacle thing. He does, yeah. Yeah, it's turning out pretty cool, isn't it? Like, I mean, think about it. Look what. Try and remember what it looked like before, where it was like this big purple thing with a fucking laser cannon, like, and a fucking metal helmet, like, and now it's this. Oh, more water. Needs to be a bit more runny so I can get them flick strokes, but not too runny that she starts dripping all over the place like a wet bitch. Paint, 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 paint. Because it's like that one was too big for this one to be this big. Drastic change in tone. Oh, fuck that tranny. Oh, bless me. Right, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Are you laughing out loud because I said fuck that tranny? Or drastic change in tone? Let me guess, both. Oh. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, bears and bearettes, niggers and niggerettes. I hope you have enjoyed today's painting goo. Definitely both. We made good, excellent progress on today's fixing the mythical dragon. New audio will be cracking. Yeah, hopefully, like, fucking, I'd say it will be. It's supposed to show up on the 5th, which is like 4 days from now. So middle of next week. So definitely by sometime next week. Might be the end of next week if it's late or something. But sometime next week, the stream is going to get a major audio level up. And I'll be back in costume, probably for the entire week. So Defenderoo is going to return from his hiatus. And the audio will be improved upon. So the stream is evolving. New things are coming, new things are happening. The dragon is certainly not dragging on. Just because he said that, I'm going to make fucking 12 episodes out of this thing. They dropped the price again on that mic setup I sent you, of course. Ah, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. I got it fucking, like, for what, 50 quid or something? It was grand. It's grand, like. I got money from, it was so mad the way it lined up, like, you know, when I woke up there the other day, and I was just like, oh, I have money, and, like, I can do shit now, you know. I was like I'm like that, like, when I get money, I just spend all of it, you know, money in and money gone, you know, like, and it's like, new this, new that, like, some more of this, some more of that, like, I get what we need, and I get stuff that will, like, improve things and all, like, so, I don't think I'm ever going to be someone who has a lot of money, but, I already feel wealthy in ways, you know, for various reasons. But anyway, now I'm just fucking rambling because I'm tired and I'm hungry. I will see you all Monday. In the meantime, be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I will see you Monday, 3 p.m. sharp. If you're not there, I'll take the fucking bucket off the tiger and I will throw him violently at you. And then I will face probably legal consequences. It's like people on the internet. I was like, does he actually have a tiger? I just like, whoa! Like, right, go on. I'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend. God bless. And I'll talk to you soon.